Good morning, students. Today we are going to start new module. The name is Vector Calculus. In this lecture, we are going to define scalar and vector fields, gradient, and we will do some problems based on gradient. Let's start. So we may come across some quantities like force, speed, time. So all these physical quantities are having only magnitude, then we can call it as scalars. In addition to the magnitude, if they have direction also, then those physical quantities we can call it as vectors. So in vector calculus, we are going to study some scalar and vector functions in the space of 3D. So we have certain definitions. Let's understand these definitions carefully. I have certain region here, region R. So in this particular region, this region which is defined with some pi of xyz. So there are certain points in this region. XYZ is some point in this region. If I send this point to this function pi of xyz, I will get some value. That value will be scalar value. That is called scalar. That numerical value we will call it as scalar. So that means I have some pi of xyz as x square plus y square plus z square. If I send some point like 1, 1, 1, I will get 3. So that 3 is a scalar value. I can call that as scalar point function. This function we can call it as scalar point function. So such a points, there are a number of points in this region. So all together these points will consider it as a scalar field. All points are there with the functional values of pi of xyz. So this particular region we can call it as scalar field. So the same region, sometimes if I consider this region as a vector field, okay, means I have xyz and along with xyz I will take some unit vectors ijk. Let me define some function for this region. I'm defining that function name is f bar of xyz. This is f bar of xyz. So again, as usual, there are some points here. Let me take one point here which is xyz. If I send to this function f of xyz, I will get the vector. Okay, so if I get the vector, then I can call this particular function as vector point function. So at each point I will get some value. The set of all these points having some functional values, all these are some vectors. So all together we can call it as, this whole region will consider as a vector field. See here, this diagram tells you about the scalar field, and there are some infinite points here. So if I send some points to this function f of xyz, I will get some scalar value, so that it is this whole field will consider as a scalar field. Similarly, if you see here in this diagram, there are some arrows. So the small arrows tells you that in that particular direction that fluid is flowing or something is flowing. So when I send this at this point, the value, if I send it, I will get some vector in some particular direction, so that this whole field together you can consider it as a vector field. Now we are going to introduce very important operator which we will call it as vector differential operator. So it's a operator which helps us to change to work with these two fields, vector field and scalar field. Sometimes we need to change scalar to vector field or vector to scalar field, means some quantity, scalar quantity, we need to that scalar quantity may be depend on vector quantity will be depend on some scalar quantity, it's vice versa. So this del operator will help us, this vector differential operator also known as del operator or nabla, this will help us to exchange, to change from one field to another field. Okay, so let's see how we are defined this del operator. Del is equal to I dou by dou x plus j dou by dou y plus k dou by dou z. So if you see here, differentials is nothing but differentials, partial derivatives are involved here, and this is the vector differential because we consider I, j, k as a unit vectors in this operator. But please be remember that it's not a vector, it's just an operator. We choose this as an operator only, it's not a vector. But this particular differential operator, vector differential operator, will helps a lot when we are working on gradients, some other topics which we are going to see in this particular module. So let's start with the gradient. So we'll get the gradient for scalar point function. What is the meaning of gradient? Simply it's a gradient is nothing but change at that point, nothing but slope. But in addition to the getting the slope, we have the direction also. We are considering the direction. So that is your gradient. How we are defining? We have some pi of xyz which is a scalar point function. When I multiplied, it's a just normal multiplication del pi. Okay, so when I multiply, simply I will get it I dou pi by dou x plus j dou pi by dou y plus k dou pi by dou z. So make sure that you please multiply on right hand side, you should not multiply pi on the left hand side. There is no such a operators here. So del operator should be multiplied always front for any function. Okay, right. Then so now if I multiply this, I am going to get it that is what we are calling as a gradient of pi. In short form, we can call it as a grade pi or del pi. So it is very clear. Previously we have this scalar point function. When I multiplied with the del operator, I'm getting gradient of this scalar point function. Gradient is nothing but the slope in some particular direction. So of course, what we are going to get it, because it has a direction, it will become your vector point function. Previously it is a scalar point function. So let us see the physical interpretation of this. Physical representation of a gradient. You see here, this is actually del pi. Okay, please take it as del pi. Okay, so because here I consider it as a pi. Pi of xyz is equal to c. It is a level surface. When I return c means at all points the functional value is constant. So it's a level surface. So on the surface at any point p, okay, so of course we will get it the same value, so that it is called a level surface. So on this level surface I am defining now the gradient of a scalar point function pi of xyz. So some point p of xy z or x0 y0 z naught is there. At this point, what is your gradient? So it's always normal to the level surface. So at this point, this is your tangent and this is your normal. Always it is normal normal to your level surface, means that is the direction. This is your del pi. In this direction only we will get del pi. So that's why the magnitude of the gradient is the rate of change in the direction of normal to the surface. Okay, so highest change magnitude, even that magnitude highest rate of change will get in this normal direction. So anyway, grade pi is very simple definition, so which is we are finding the slope in the direction normal to this surface. Okay, so there are certain properties. Of course, gradient when we are taking a steep towards straight line, the straight line positive side, so that will be positive gradient. When sometimes it goes to the negative side also for that surface, and these are not good examples here. I will give some physical examples in this particular lecture. Okay, so let you see here, del pi is normal to the surface, pi of x, y, z. Del pi is nothing but grade pi is normal to the surface. It is very clear. It is a normal vector. This is normal. Okay, towards this normal we have del pi. And one more property, very important property, if we want to find it out, unit normal vector in that direction, because in this direction, suppose up to this, let me take some n cap. Okay, so definitely n cap is equal to, so in this direction what is the unit vector? The whole vector is del pi by, if I take mod del pi, then I will get it unit normal vector in this direction. Okay, so that is the formula here what we are going to use it. N cap is equal to del pi by mod del pi. Similarly, sometimes there you may have like two surfaces. Let me take two level surfaces. This is pi 1 and this is pi 2. Okay, so I have one point here. So if I have point here, I will get del pi 1 in this direction, del pi 1. I have some point here, so in this direction I may have some del pi 2. Okay, isn't it? Suppose if I want to find it out, the angle between these two surfaces, right, I can define simply these unit normal vectors in this particular direction. So what I done it here, so we have two surfaces, so del pi 1 by mod del pi 1 means, so this is the unit normal vector in this direction for del pi 1, for the first surface pi 1, and this is for first surface phi 1, let you assume that is pi 1. For the second surface phi 2, we have del pi 2 in this direction. Both unit normal vectors we are finding, and we multiply these two, we will get the angle between these two surfaces. Of course here I wrote it as a like perpendicular to each other, so I took at different points, but if you take points here, then that will be very easy. Okay, so even you can find the angle between the two surfaces with the help of their del pi's, okay, unit normal vectors. With the help of their unit normal vectors, we can find the angle theta. There are certain applications here. Suppose I have electric field E and electric potential V. As you know the relation E bar, which is your vector field, minus del V. So it's V, electric potential is your scalar field. When I multiplied with the del operator, so it will becomes your vector field, electrical vector field. Why this negative sign? So means that change for this scalar field change towards downwards, okay, negative side, so that we have negative sign here. So similarly, temperature is your scalar point function, so then your heat flow having some direction, so that we have some vector quantity. How you change this scalar quantity as a vector quantity? Because when you multiply with the del operator, we got this is converted into your vector quantity. Similarly, here also force field and potential energy is there. When I multiplied this at this point with the the del operator, okay, so it is changed into the force field, vector field, right? Now let us see some problems here. Find grade pi. So I am giving pi. Pi is a scalar point function. You know, this is given to you. So you have to find grade pi at this point. Okay. So as usual, use the grade pi, nothing but your del pi. Formula is dou pi by dou x into I plus dou pi by dou y into j plus dou pi by dou z into k. So after multiplying with del operator, we will get this result. Okay. So means here this pi function, initially here we are doing with respect to x, here we are doing with respect to y, here we are doing with respect to z. So after doing that, we are getting grade pi in general. Okay. So but particularly at some point, what is the grade pi? So grade pi at 1 minus 2 minus 1 means in place of x, y, z, if I substitute 1 minus 2 minus 1, I will get it the grade pi value as at that point as minus 12y minus 9j minus 16k. Now see here also the same problem, we are finding grade pi. So we have scalar point function. At what point we should find it out? 1, 0, 0. Also we need to find its magnitude. After finding grade pi at this point 1, 0, 0, we have to find its magnitude also. Let us see, grade pi is del pi formula. So then pi is your x square plus y minus z minus 1, and of course this dou by dou x of this pi means this is your function. Dou by dou y of pi means this is our function. So first one is with respect to x, this part with respect to y, this part with respect to z. Do it. After that, at 1, 0, 0, we have to find grade pi, nothing but your del pi. That once you find it out, this del pi at this point, that is what they ask up to this. Also we need to find it out magnitude. So how to get the magnitude? So magnitude is nothing but, you know, modulus of grade pi. So under root for this 2 square plus 1 square minus of 1 whole square, that is root 6. So they ask you magnitude of grade pi. Already we have grade pi as a vector. For vector, what's the magnitude? Modulus of that vector. So that we got it directly. Next, say find unit vector normal, or sometimes they may ask unit normal vector, both having same meaning. Unit vector normal to the surface. So this is the surface, means this is your scalar point function, given scalar point function. So this constant, whether you consider or doesn't matter, it tells you that this constant tells you that yours is slope, okay, uniform slope will be there, a level surface slope, what we'll call it as level surface slope. Level surface will be there, so that whether you consider this 3 or not doesn't matter. Okay. Then at this point we have to find it out. So how to get the unit normal vector? First we have to get the del pi. For that we will find unit normal vector in the same direction. See, so this is your del pi in this direction. Blue arrow is there in that direction, del pi is there. In the same direction I want only unit normal vector n cap. Okay, n cap is nothing but del pi by mod del pi. That is the formula. Okay, so see here, as usual, this is your scalar point function. We know the formula, and find it out your grade pi at that point. Okay, so this is a vector normal to the given surface. So whole vector normal means this is whole vector, isn't it? But we want unit normal vector, so that we should take it to get your unit normal vector. That is, what is the formula? N cap is equal to del pi by mod del pi. Okay, so if you use this formula here, then we will get your unit normal vector. So very simple, right? Next, now as I said, they may provide two surfaces to us, asking you what is the angle between these two surfaces. To get the angle between these two surfaces, we should get the unit normal vectors. So how to get the unit normal vectors? First you should get del pi's at these surfaces. So these are the two surfaces. As I said, if you want to take it these values, or if you left it, doesn't matter. But if you want to take it these values, take on other side. Okay, because once when it goes to the differentiation, these constant will become 0. That's why I'm telling whether you consider or not, because these are level surfaces. When they provide constant on other side means those are level surfaces. Automatically when it goes to the partial differentiation, these constants will become 0. That's why you don't confuse yourself. In our previous in this problem, I'm not consider, even you consider here as -3, no problem. Okay, right. So like that you can consider, and then this is your pi 1, because here two surfaces, each surface we are representing with a different function. So then I am finding del pi 1 at this point, we got this vector. Similarly, del pi 2 at this point, we got another vector. So we have del pi 1 and del pi 2. So we need two unit normal vectors. Let me take n1 is equal to, formula for this n1 is unit normal vector. If I want unit normal vector, n cap is equal to del pi by mod del pi. Okay, similarly n2 for this another surface, n2 is equal to del pi by mod del pi 2 by mod del pi 2. So this is the formula, angle between these two surfaces. So it's nothing but the first part, this is your n1 cap n1, this is your another unit normal vector cap n2, this portion. Okay, so if you multiply this n1 into n2, so that will give you a, otherwise just remember this cos theta as del pi 1 by del pi 2, del pi 1 by mod del pi 1 into del pi 2 by mod del pi 2. Anyway, just use that formula and simplify, you will get the angle. Okay, so these are different problems based on your gradient. and you test yourself. We have certain problems here. You try all these problems. If you have any doubts, just ask in our regular class. Tomorrow I'm going to I'm going to give the lecture based on this only, and at that time you please ask your doubts. Thank you.